What if I told you that the most densely populated state in the U.S. isn't a bustling metropolis, but a sprawling network of small towns, highways, and suburban neighborhoods? That state is New Jersey, often overlooked but critical to the American suburban story. Over 95% of New Jersey's residents live in suburban or small town settings. It's a place where urban, suburban, and rural lines blur into one continuous landscape. So how did New Jersey, squeezed between the skyscrapers of New York and Philadelphia, become America's most suburban state? The answer lies in a complex mix of geography, history, transportation, politics, and social dynamics, unfolding over centuries. Long before cars ruled the road, New Jersey was already pioneering a new way to live, the railroad suburb. In the 1800s, the expansion of railroads connected rural farmland with burgeoning cities like New York and Philadelphia. Towns such as Montclair, Summit, and Westfield grew as middle and upper-class workers sought refuge from crowded city centers. They could live in the fresh air of the countryside, yet commute to jobs in the city by train. This early rail suburb model laid the groundwork for New Jersey's sprawling future. But unlike cities that grew around a single core, New Jersey's proximity to two major metros meant its suburbs spread out in multiple directions, shaping a patchwork rather than a single urban hub. The real suburban explosion happened with the rise of the automobile. By the early 20th century, cars became affordable for many Americans. This changed everything. People were no longer tied to train schedules or stations. New Jersey capitalized on this with a massive investment in roads and highways. The New Jersey Turnpike opened in 1951, becoming one of the busiest highways in the nation, followed by the Garden State Parkway. These roads made it easier than ever to live outside cities, but still commute to them. Highways also encouraged commercial development along their routes, from shopping malls to office parks, further spreading suburban growth. After World War II, New Jersey experienced a population boom. Returning veterans and their families sought affordable housing, leading to rapid construction of suburban developments. Federal policies like the GI Bill made mortgages widely available, fueling homeownership, but with significant racial disparities. Redlining and discriminatory lending practices systematically excluded black families and other minorities from many suburbs, pushing them into segregated urban neighborhoods. This phenomenon, called white flight, transformed New Jersey's demographics, while cities like Newark and Camden saw declines and increased poverty. Unlike many states with one major urban core, New Jersey has several medium-sized cities without a dominant metropolis. Newark, Jersey City, Trenton, and Camden each have distinct identities, but none match the size or economic dominance of nearby New York or Philadelphia. This fractured urban geography means many New Jersey residents live in suburbs or small cities and commute outside the state for work. It also explains why so much of New Jersey is suburban. There was never a single city that drew and concentrated the population. New Jersey's extreme municipal fragmentation is a key reason for its sprawling suburbs. With 564 municipalities, more than any other state, New Jersey residents have a strong tradition of home rule. Local governments control zoning, schools, and taxes, allowing communities to tightly regulate development. Many towns use zoning to limit multifamily housing and keep density low, aiming to preserve small town character and property values. But this local control has downsides. It limits affordable housing and leads to inequality between wealthy suburbs and struggling cities. It also creates administrative complexity and inefficiency. With so many commuters and dispersed suburbs, New Jersey faces major transportation challenges. While NJ Transit provides trains and buses, many areas are poorly served, forcing reliance on cars. Highways are clogged with traffic during rush hour, especially the Turnpike and Garden State Parkway. This dependence on cars increases pollution, limits mobility for lower-income residents, and contributes to climate change. Efforts to improve transit-oriented development face local resistance, complicating efforts to reduce sprawl and traffic. Suburban sprawl has environmental consequences. Developing forests, farmland, and wetlands has increased flooding risks, especially as climate change causes stronger storms. Sprawl also fragments wildlife habitats and increases greenhouse gas emissions due to long commutes. Socially, sprawling development patterns exacerbate economic segregation, reduce social cohesion, and increase infrastructure costs. Today, New Jersey is at a crossroads. Population growth has slowed, But housing affordability crises and climate risks demand new approaches. Some municipalities are embracing smart growth principles, building denser housing near transit, investing in walkable communities, and expanding affordable housing options. The challenge? Balancing the historic identity of New Jersey's suburbs with the need for sustainability, equity, and resilience. New Jersey's story is more than just a tale of highways and houses. It's a story about how geography, transportation, politics, and social forces shaped one of the most uniquely suburban places in America. It's a story of opportunity and exclusion, growth and challenge, of a state still defining what it means to be home in the 21st century. And in many ways, New Jersey is a reflection of the future of suburban America itself,